How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we are checking the HomePod Mini. This came out a couple days after the iPhone 12 Pro Max and 12 Mini. It was arriving to customers Monday. I got mine today, which is a Wednesday. But anyway, we are here. We're going to check out the HomePod Mini. We're going to compare it to the full-size HomePod, see what the difference is, and we'll set it up and maybe take a listen to see how it sounds. So anyway, here is the box right here. On the front, I don't know which way is the front, there's all over. On this side, it says HomePod Mini in this interesting font. On the opposite side, we have HomePod Mini in a different font. And then on this side, we have pictures of the HomePod Mini. And on the top, we have a picture of the top. I got black. I also have the black HomePod Mini right here. If you want to pick one of these up for yourselves, they are $100. So it's a really great deal. It's super cheap, and I think it's going to be extremely popular. As of now, the HomePod Minis are shipping in about mid-December if you didn't have a chance to pick one up. If you want to get one sooner, you can check in store. They just came out Monday in store, and you can maybe get them about a couple weeks. If you want to get it even quicker, the white one is a lot easier to find than the black one. The HomePod Mini has all the same features as you expect from a HomePod and any other Apple product. This features Siri, it has Apple Music, and also has intercom, which is not just specific to the Mini, it has it on all Apple products pretty much. And it also has AirPlay, so you can stream to it, and you can do some cool stuff like your AirPlay stereo. So there's a lot of cool things you do with this, all of which you can also do on the regular HomePod, but this one's in a little bit smaller form factor and easier for people to get their hands on because it's cheaper. So pulling up the lid, we can take a look at the HomePod Mini right here. And there it is right there on the top. I have never seen this in person. I really have never watched a video on this. So I don't know what to expect, but here it is. This is extremely tiny. That's pretty cool. That's a lot smaller than what I was expecting it to be. So for comparison, it's about the size of my hand. If I compare this to the regular HomePod, the size difference is pretty massive. So yeah, interesting sizing, not something I was expecting. On the HomePod Mini, we have our glass top with the plus and minus. One interesting thing to note is that these plus and minuses are always visible, where on the regular HomePod, they are illuminated by the screen. So that you can always see these buttons, where you can only see the buttons on the regular HomePod whenever you're playing something. We have our same braided cable, but on the end of this is a USB Type-C rather than a traditional wall plug like it's on the regular HomePod. This is braided, but it's not removable. It looks like it could be. It looks the same as the regular HomePod, but recent teardowns show that you cannot remove the power cable from this HomePod, so don't break it. Also in the box, we have some information about the HomePod Mini right there. And we get an Apple sticker. And then we do get a power adapter. Apple is not including power adapters with their iPhones, but we do get one with the HomePod Mini. I wish it would have been black though, that would have been cool. But let's take a look at the two side by side to see what the differences are between them. So right away, you can see that the overall diameter of these are both very, very different. For reference, you can fit pretty much the entire HomePod Mini in the size of the glass top on the regular HomePod. It's about the exact same size, so you can have that for reference. And you can fit maybe about 2.5 of these tall. It's pretty tiny, and you can totally fit it in your hand. It's super light as well. As far as materials go, they're both pretty much similar in design and build. We have this cool mesh fabric on here. This one's pretty similar. It looks pretty much exactly the same. It seems a little bit more squishier and softer, but about the same pretty much. On the back, we have our power port right there, which looks exactly the same as the power port on here. They both have the same braided cable. The touchscreen on here is recessed inside of here, where this one is more on top and exposed. And they both have the same rubber feet. One thing that Apple notes is that the rubber foot on this HomePod Mini will not stain or damage oily treated tables like this one does with this foot down here. Let's go through the setup here on the HomePod Mini. We'll show you how to set it up, and then we'll take a quick listen to see how it sounds as well. So as soon as it's powered on, the top starts flashing white. We can click Setup, the HomePod Mini. We can say where this is going. We can put this downstairs. We can use personal requests, so we can do things like send text messages or make phone calls. We will use that. We will use this device's location as well. So let's take a quick listen and see how this HomePod Mini sounds. So we can change the volume by pressing this up and down buttons right here, and you can see it reflected right there on the phone. It's cool that the volume buttons are always visible. Even when it's not playing, you can still see these volume buttons. I do like that. And we do have our same touch sensitive right in the middle, where we can pause and play right there. Okay, so first listening to the HomePod Mini, it sounds really good. It doesn't sound as good as the regular HomePod, but that's to be expected. But for a speaker this size, compared to any other speaker that's this size or even larger, it sounds really good. The bass is pretty good, not as strong as the regular HomePod, and for the most part, the audio quality is pretty decent. It sounds a tiny bit tinny and not as loud as the regular HomePod, but that's to be expected in a speaker this size, but I think it sounds really great. The fact that you can get two of these for less than the price of this, you can put them in a stereo pair, and I think it's going to sound really great. So overall, I'm a big fan of the HomePod Mini. I think it sounds great, and for the price, you get a ton of features that really gets you into the smart home ecosystem along with what Apple has to offer. So anyway, that is all for this video. Let me know if you have any questions or you want to learn more about the HomePod Mini. Let me know what videos you want me to make, and we can do that for you. But anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching as always. This is Mark with @Tech, and I will see you in the next one.